beautiful baubles and gleaming gemstones. Over
Vegetables
here.
as crisp as a winter's morning.
All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the Steger Shaman Assassin. Today, what are we doing today? Well, we're going to be doing the Dark Brotherhood questline, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. But I also, in the meantime, kind of between quests and stuff like that, I want to hunt down maybe some word walls and do some training and maybe just see if we can figure out an endgame outfit for this guy, a final look. I have a bunch of armor pieces saved up back in my player home, and maybe we can mash something up that looks pretty good. Something suitable for both a shaman and an assassin. You know, something spooky, something kind of primal, you know, the good stuff. All right, what did we do last episode? I think we started in on the Civil War. We were doing a few battles, a few kerfuffles with the Empire, and of course we came out on top. And then I made more progress off stream with that. I did finish the Civil War quest line. Stormcloaks win. They have taken over all of Skyrim. And then a little bit of roleplay story beats on this. As you know, with the end of the Civil War storyline, they kind of cut you loose, right? And I think for most characters, that would probably be a relief now that they don't have to participate in the frontline war effort anymore. But with the Steger, he has been an outcast his entire life and probably a pariah, right? So he was looking for camaraderie, companionship, and a sense of family. And when Gavin Gaines, welcome, hello, hope you're doing well. And when he was told that, you know, his services were basically no longer needed, instead of being relieved, he was really, really disappointed and let down. He felt abandoned by this group that he had been working so hard to attain companionship with, to gain a relationship with, since he's been such a loner his entire life. And for him to just basically be relieved of his duties, he didn't take that as a reward, he took that as a betrayal. So he's not so keen on Ulfric, he's not so keen on the Stormcloaks. He's back to being a loner again. Not completely by his own choice, but he feels like he's been mistreated. So this could lead him down a dark path, right? And so he has taken on the contract to kill Grelod, and he has done so. Now he's just waiting to be, well, he's not waiting to be contacted by the courier from the Dark Brotherhood, but I am, because we as players have done this 100,000 times, right? And we know what's going to happen. But he doesn't. He's just trying to use his skills to the best of his ability to become useful to somebody. And if assassin work is that usefulness, then that's what he's going to lean into, and that is the Dark Brotherhood, right? All right. So let's get going, shall we? What the heck was I doing in Riften? I don't know. Oh yeah, I was killing Grelod, obviously. I think I was gonna start the Thieves Guild line, the Thieves Guild quest line, but let's see, what does the Thieves Guild give us? It will give us sneak training, access to sneak training right out of the bat, right? It will also give us some pretty cool armor, both in terms of the Nightingale armor later on in the quest line, the Thieves Guild leader armor, and the Blackguard armor later on when we get to Solstheim. But I don't think we need any of that stuff. The armor stuff is not really our kind of aesthetic that we're going for. We're going for something kind of primal, shamanistic, but still light and mobile and usable for an assassin or a hunter. So there's that. I don't think we really need to do the Thieves Guild line, and honestly, I'm having doubts about the Dark Brotherhood quest line at this point too. We don't really need to do it, right? But I kind of feel obligated to do it. It kind of makes sense with the story that I'm trying to tell here. But at the end of the Dark Brotherhood quest line, we get the Ancient Shrouded armor, which again isn't really our aesthetic, but it is pretty good armor. It has some really nice bonuses that go along with it in terms of stab damage and stuff like that. We are running Summer Mist, or is it Winter Mist? Summer Mist enchantments, so we do have access to amplify sneak damage in our enchantments already. So that's not gonna hurt not having the Ancient Shrouded stuff. It might be stronger than anything that we can enchant since we're not investing in anything enchanting wise. But we also get the Blade of Woe, and that's kind of the main thing I'm going for there. The Dark Brotherhood questline can be finished pretty quickly, and it's not that difficult. If you're a budding assassin, it's and we're talking about builds and trying to get useful equipment here as soon as possible with the most effective tactic available to meta for an assassin build. You kind of want to do the Dark Brotherhood questline as soon as possible if you're not doing like a roleplay centric thing. I always like to try to see what the Khajiit caravans after the AE content. They have some really overpowered ingredients. Stoneflower petals, they have a fortify smithing effect on them, and it's not just the regular vanilla stone fortify smithing effect. It's actually a 150% increase in the fortify smithing effect with any potion that you craft from it. So yeah, the gold cannet, stoneflower petals, and there was something else that is eluding my memory right now. Yeah, buy those as much as possible.
May your road lead you to
they're exceedingly rare. I've only found a few of them, and how many hours have I been playing this guy? 75 hours. Wow, it does not feel like 75 hours. Yeah, 75 hours in this guy, and I've only found a few of those ingredients. So pick them up while you can. They're extremely valuable, even if you're not investing into smithing or crafting perks at all. 50% boost is huge. It's more than you can get with a perk or even a couple perks. So there's that. All right, where are we going? How's my encumbrance? Encumbrance is not bad. Do I have anything that I need to sell off? Or are we good with everything that we have? This necklace of eminent magic. Yeah, let's sell that off. We can use that to pay for these ingredients we just bought.
the warm sand and take
Spent a
look.
pretty penny on those. Let's see. Where is that necklace? Eminent Magica. There we go. Well, got some of our money back, not a ton of it. Anything else we can sell off here? Maybe some gemstones here. The gemstones are used for the Old Ways religion in Winter Sun. So I do need to keep a good stock of them, but I don't need as many as I have, that's for sure. So we could get down to 5 of each. Alright, there we go. Speaking of Winter Sun, let's find a little patch of ground here that we can pray to the old ways here. Make sure we have the bear active, which on legendary difficulty is very useful because it increases damage resistance and armor rating. You take a lot of damage in legendary difficulty, especially if you tend to fight toe-to-toe with people. And that helps. That goes a long way. The less damage you can take, the better it is. All right. What are we doing here? So we are waiting for the courier to come find us about Grelod, and I think that's going to take... oh, no, we still have to return to Aventus Aretino. All right. Let's call Philia, our horse. And we'll ride Philia all the way to Windhelm, where we need to return to Aventus and tell him the deed has been done. Oh, I do want to do a quick save here real quick. Just because I don't want to lose out on that stone flower that I bought. Okay, this fort should be occupied now by the Stormcloaks. Looks like they are. There is the telltale blue bear claw flag. We should be able to just roll right through here with immunity. We'll get Philia to... Oh, thought I'd have to jump over, but she was happy just to go around the barricades. No scaly foliota there. Okay, we got a troll. Got a lot of help from the ritual stone here too. Switch it back to the... Actually, no, we're not going to use Bloodthorn for that. We don't want to waste one of our Grand Soul Gems on a troll. Mehrunes Razor. Get some disease damage going on this troll here.
Not bad.
The blood we can use for potions. The hide we can use to increase our smithing skill. And the ingredients we can use for alchemy. Don't want any of the bones or the skull though, because not really using those much, and they just take a lot of space in your encumbrance, you know. Okay, where did Philia go? I hear her. I do not see her. There she is. It's probably gonna be one of many distractions between here and Windhelm. I might just sprint past, you know, the random bears and stuff here and there, but I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my ritual stone spirits that I've bound. Oh, I've never discovered Shore Stone before. That's odd. I feel like I had. Maybe I did in the original Steeger playthrough. Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, I don't want to waste the ritual stone spirits that I have just by having them pop out and then just leaving them in the dust immediately. So I'll usually get off the horse and fight alongside the ghosts if they spawn. Oh, yep, there's a bear, and we got some ghosts here. And the horse leveled up. Cave bear. Ooh, and we got lots of animals here to harvest. Okay. Bear did a number on this guy, huh? Skinning that pelt didn't go well. That's alright. There are no shortage of bears out here in Skyrim. Okay, now we play Find the Horse. Here he is. Or she, I guess. And it is looking like it's about dusk right now, which is the worst for visibility. Once night falls completely and the dimming sun goes away. Hey, Mr. B, welcome, welcome. Then our eyes will adjust to the changing lighting conditions here a little better, and it'll be a little more visible. We also got some fog and some snow here that's affecting visibility, so gonna need to trust the speed of Philia here to keep us out of danger. There's a troll. Let's see, are we gonna get any ritual spirits? Yeah, we got a few. A couple of deer and a spider. Okay. Didn't have my shield out. That could have been bad. Also getting valuable skill training both in block and one-handed. I do have a level up, so I don't want to check the skills right now, but they're getting up there. I think we've reached our max for block. I think we might be at 90 there, so the rest is just going to be organic leveling from there on out. One-handed is getting close, but I do have to go find Dushnik Yal for one-handed training. Only have a few levels left that I can train for on that before we run out of training. Just have to level the rest organically. Light armor, I might be right about there too, but that's part of why we're joining the Dark Brotherhood, is to unlock Nazir as the master level light armor trainer. And then we have illusion, which I can, if I'm willing to grind, I can level that up just by casting muffle over and over again. But that is a lot of casting one spell over and over again. That can get tedious. So I might start spending some leveling on that. And also, Danica Pierspring, I did the quest line for her off camera as well. And so I've unlocked her as the master level restoration trainer. And I've been... Ooh, we got a thief. You have no idea what's about to happen to you. You going after that goat? That's very slow of you. Hey. Are you going after the goat or are you going after the bear? He's going after the bear. Well. If he had any kind of head on his shoulders, he wouldn't be a highwayman. Be finding... Ah, crap. No, don't talk to me while there's a bear swiping at me. There we go. Hope I'm doing okay. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well, I think. A little fatigued from the week. Just really tired this week. Had some painful chiropractor adjustments too. That could be affecting my mood a little bit. But I'm doing well otherwise. Hope you're doing okay, Mr. B. Orcish dagger, steel tonto. Oh, I see an animal over there that Kine wants me to kill. but I did want to find this bear. Skin that thing. Here we go. Alright. Belia, where are you? Oh, she was lingering back in the, or lurking back in the fog. Alright, what kind of animal is this? I hope it's not a mammoth. It's probably just a bear. Yeah, it's a bear. Ah. No. Alright. The thief that I killed was a dark elf. And then the thief that the ritual stone spawned was a Khajiit. That's alright. It's just part of whatever algorithm, scripting algorithm that they're using to populate like random thieves on the road. Alright, where's my cowardly horse? She's way over there. Alright. Are we getting any closer to Windhelm? Yeah, we're inching. We're inching there. Am I facing the right? Where the hell is the road? Lost it in the lighting. Okay, it's right behind me. There we go. Okay, now maybe instead of being distracted, we just make a sprint for it. Skeever, yeah, we're not stopping for that. We'll let our ritual bear take care of it for us. Some pilgrims and their bodyguard. I hear a dragon. Fighting a dragon in these conditions will be uncomfortable. Oh, jeez, a saber cat. I do want to stop and kill the saber cat, though, if he doesn't kill me first. Oh, thanks, pilgrims. Howdy, pilgrim. Okay. Saber cats are important because there is a hidden quest line in the Hunterborn mod that I want to do a video on. And the way to unlock it is or the way to start it is you need a strange animal claw from each kind of predator. So a strange wolf claw, a strange bear claw, and a strange cat claw. I have the bear and the wolf claws. I still need the saber cat claw to be able to start that quest line off in earnest. So let's see. Harvested ingredients. What am I getting here? Still no strange claws. Strange cat claw. Yeah, we got it. Sweet. That's what I needed. All right, I think it's over here in the miscellaneous items. Yeah, there it is. That's been eluding me for 75 hours, 75 plus hours. Cheese and rice. All right, no, I feel stoked about that. Okay, whoops. We're gonna definitely do a quick save here. Just in case we crash or die or something, I don't want to lose that claw. There we go. Now, I have more content I can make for my channel. How about that? And that looks like the shadow of a dragon flying right over the top of me here. I hear him. I don't see him. I don't want to just sit around and wait for him to attack me, though. Here's a question. Do dragons have gender? Not stopping for a wolf. Or are they just magical beings that reproduce in other ways? I was kind of feel like I'm under the impression that all dragons are male. Okay. Ritual spirit went against me here. May as well harvest this guy while I got him. Probably wasn't the wisest idea to whistle out in the middle of blinding fog when there's obviously a dragon flying around overhead. Hello, Shadow of Karn 113. Oh, okay. Welcome, welcome, Malderoth. How you doing today, buddy? Aside from the jackhammers. We are headed to Windhelm at the moment. Ooh, are you a merchant? Can I talk to you?
Yes?
No, he doesn't want to talk to me. We're headed to Windhelm to turn in the bounty for... what's his name? Aventus Arantino. And try to kick off this Dark Brotherhood quest thing. And I think that once we get that done... Let's see... 7:36 p.m. We might go ahead and rent a room, get some rest for the night, or we'll use the cover of darkness and fog here to... Well, I don't want to retread the steps, but I don't know. I might just fast travel to High Hrothgar. I don't think I want to do the 7,000 steps. But we'll get the next word wall from Arngeir up here. I have a sneaking suspicion that he's felt the whispers of a word. Give your map, and I'll show you where it can be found. Doing well, thanks for asking. The jackhammers have relented, thankfully. Good, good, good. Saw you were wanting to stream. What game are you streaming? I'm kind of having an identity crisis a little bit. A little burnout on Skyrim, I think. And we're at the tail end of this guy's playthrough anyway, before I start doing the production on the build guide for him. I've been playing more Diablo 4 lately and Starfield on my own, so I would like to shift my streaming back to one of those games, maybe Cyberpunk.
How may I serve you?
Take a look.
Take a little break while I remod my, well, not remod, but add some mods that I wanted to add to my Skyrim MO2 profile for my next playthroughs. Playing Skyrim, but I'm with you on the Skyrim burnout. I want to stream Banishers. I haven't heard of that one. What kind of game? What genre are we talking for Banishers? Might put it on my wish list. Diablo 4, I had a nightmare scenario the other night. So it was about 1 o'clock in the morning. I was getting ready to go to bed. I usually, play something grindy with nothing like too compelling as far as story or, progression. And I finally got a Word of Hakan amulet to drop for my rogue. And it's a very rare, unique amulet that when you do a Rain of Arrows ultimate ability, it creates multiple waves with different elements attached to it, and also has some really good stats on it as far as magic resistance and everything. But in my sleepy stupor, I accidentally salvaged it. God damn it! I've been playing that game for hundreds of hours. I found it once, but it's a low level amulet, and I finally found one that was a higher tier. And I was super stoked about it, and I was salvaging gear that I didn't want, and I salvaged it, and there's no way to get it back. True story-driven ARPG by Don't Nod, makers of Vampire. Oh, awesome. That sounds awesome. ARPG is having a moment. Since Diablo came out, there are some really good alternatives. Last Epoch is supposed to be amazing. A lot of people are really, really excited for that one. And then Path of Exile 2 looks really good, but that's kind of That's kind of for the nerdiest nerds of ARPG consumers, I think. You know, spreadsheets upon spreadsheets of different skills and synergies and stuff like that. I don't know if I want something like that, but Banishers looks or sounds promising. I'll go check that out. Vampire has a good track record, a nice little following. I've never played it. It might be in my library. If it's not, then it's definitely in my wish list.
Let me know if you want anything.
I'll check it out.
Got some fresh baked bread and good cheese if you're after a bite to eat. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. Yes?
I don't need to know where the
I
room is.
understand.
Thanks. Story-driven ARPG. I did like Diablo 4's story, but it's not exactly story-driven. It'll last you a good, I don't know, 15 hours or so. And the story was good enough, but having something that's story-driven all the way through. You are a banisher whose wife died on your last investigation. Your love keeps you together after her death, but you are conflicted considering you both dedicated your lives to banishing ghosts. Ooh. Ooh, so there's kind of a forbidden love element to it. It's a powerful trope.
Beware, beware, the Dragonborn comes. For the darkness has passed, and the legend yet
Diablo 4 I like because I can turn my brain off and just slaughter monsters. And the visuals, the whole presentation of Diablo 4 is really good, right? And I think that the main critique that most like hardcore ARPG players have about Diablo 4 is that it's just not very deep. The end game isn't very mature yet. It's usually one or the other. But you know, I understand those critiques, but they don't really apply to me, I don't think.
Everyone said looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
I don't know if I have the ornate leather bearskin hood, so I'm going to keep that, but the vagabond one I know I have. I'm pretty sure I have the crimson archer gloves too. Yeah, we might head back to the player home at some point here and see if we can mash together some good looking
Whether
gear.
it's armor you need or a new blade, come see me.
Meowdy all. Hey, Aurora. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're getting a good start to your weekend. I know I am. Yeah, for whatever reason, my company gives President's Day off as a company holiday. I don't know why. It's a weird one, I think. And it's not like a banking institution or anything. It's just, you know, a productivity software company. But we get the day off. I think there's usually like a lull in days off that you get around this time of year. So I think they're just trying to spread them out to prevent employee burnout and fatigue, which I do appreciate. But yeah, I get a 3-day weekend, so I am looking forward to that. Started looking into returning to D4, but now there's Last Epoch and everyone is pooping on D4 in comparison. Yep, that's what I'm hearing too. But, you know, I'm deep into Diablo 4. Not as deep as a lot of people are, but I am on the cusp of level 98 on my original character, and I really want to get to 100 and explore some end game in that game, with that character at least. And I have touched on some of the... Well, I've played all the seasons here too, but I haven't gotten anywhere close to the end game in any of the seasons. Usually around level 55 to 60 is when I kind of drop out of the season play. But those characters stick around. They are moved to the Eternal Realm when the season is done, so I can still go back to them and get like a head start on the end game for those other classes. Is that a fox? Kine has ordered your death. I'm sorry, little pup. Ah, there's an assassin. I'm on your side. Not technically yet, I guess, but Should be pretty soon. You're not gonna like how this goes.
That's all you've got.
Too many slow power attacks. Guess she didn't really have much of an option dual wielding those blades like that. Maybe I'll take these for mashups too, just to see if I can incorporate any of the shrouded stuff. Nice to have that stuff on hand, just in case you don't like the enchantments that the official shrouded armor stuff from the Dark Brotherhood gives you. You get to keep the aesthetic, but then you get to add your own enchantment to it. And I think that's only available through WACCF. I don't think you get the option to take unenchanted shrouded gear from an assassin otherwise in the vanilla game. That's just a bear. Yeah. No need. Ooh, we got some light armor though. Yeah, we're well past training on light armor too, so I think all that's left is one-handed, maybe a little restoration, and some illusion. And everything else is level 90, so that just has to level organically. Or, you know, I can grind certain power leveling tactics to do that. None of which I'm going to put you through. Yeah, I mean, Diablo 4 is... I think the main thing about Diablo 4 above the rest of the competition is it's very accessible. It's very friendly to a casual audience. It looks fantastic. Yeah, the art direction, the presentation, the sound, it's all very compelling, and it all plays really, really well. It's quite polished, actually, compared to a lot of games that are out. And I would expect it to be more polished than something like Last Epoch. It's kind of a smaller developer, new IP. But we'll see. I saw that video, why D4 players hate Last Epoch. It was basically just a satire about why D4 players think everything that's better about Last Epoch is actually worse. But it was very funny. It was a really sort of, humorous and compelling way to show all the stuff that Last Epoch does better than Diablo 4. And it did look pretty good. Not sure if Last Epoch is a live service game or not, but it's really hard to balance live services. Diablo 4 has an advantage for the casual audience anyway, in that it kind of got in early during a real drought in the ARPG space. Had some indie ARPGs come out that were good. Things like Wolcen and Grim Dawn. Diablo 3 has been enjoying some nice long lifetimes as well. But I'm already in on Diablo 4. I don't know if I can start over on another ARPG. Especially a live service one, if that is what that is. And there's still so much more for me to explore in Diablo 4. I still haven't touched the Necromancer class at all. I haven't touched Season 3 yet. There's a whole lot of endgame content that I haven't touched yet. And I'm already neck deep in that one, so probably won't be switching anytime soon. Let's see. Decided on doing... Oh, that's a giant frostbite spider. I don't need to mess with that. Okay. I think I missed my turn. That's all right. We'll Once we can lose the spider. Oh my gosh, he's really keeping up with the horse. All right, all right. I guess it's our civil duty to make sure that citizens don't get hit by this guy. Hey, there's Magus. Welcome, welcome, buddy. Yeah, we were just talking about a little bit of Skyrim burnout making the rounds, and I think, Magus, you mentioned during your last modding run that you were feeling some burnout. And you switched over to Starfield for a little bit. I'm kind of feeling the same thing, and I think Malderoth was too. I just saw that I've been playing this character for... We're inching up on 80 hours. I think we're on like 70... we're around 75 hours on this guy, and he's getting to the end of his leveling journey and his storytelling stuff, so getting ready to wind this guy down and start working on the build guide for him. There's a few things that I want to do outside of that before that point, but yeah, I'm kind of feeling like I want to stream other games, you know? Just for a little bit. I got some modding. There are a few mods that I want to add before I start up with the Guardian series with the Warrior, the Thief, and the Mage. So that'll take me some time. That'll give me a breather. Focus on a little bit of Starfield content and maybe those the shmup gauntlet video that I wanted to do. Although I've started remodding my game again from scratch, I'll be playing Starfield until that's done and can get my Argonian Vampire up and running. Back to an Argonian Vampire, nice. I think I want to use an Argonian for my Thief character coming up. I haven't done a lot of Argonian. Hasn't been a lot of Argonian representation on the channel. I think the last one I did was the Argonian Ashlander, the one that we did for one of Beofish's channels, and that was a great character. I think that one came out awesome. That video is still up there. I think you just search for Argonian Ashlander, and I did the Argonian voice and everything. Oh, that's kind of where you're headed, a thief. Nice, sneak thief. Oh, I gotta catch up on chat here. I'm trying to like the druid. I feel like a meme for loving the necro. Kind of my love for stealth archery. A rogue has some actual stealth archery that you can play in Diablo 4. The druid is slow to start. Everybody says that. It's a tough one to start with because the druid early game is a grind. It's rough. Yeah, druid and necromancer are the ones that I haven't played yet. I've played all the other ones to some degree. Apparently my thumbs want to speak a different language. Loved that video. Last thing I watched before bed. Oh yeah, the why D4 players hate Last Epoch. I think I own Last Epoch. It's really unique, I'll say. Okay, the skill trees seemed really interesting for it. Maybe when I get internet back, I can play it. Yeah, that sucks, man. There's so many games like require an internet connection now. Well, at least to like authenticate, I guess. I know back in the day, if a game required you to sign on or just to at least to authenticate before you could play, even just a single player game, that you could just hop on Wi-Fi and authenticate and then turn it off and keep playing. But so many games are just online only these days. Well, if there's any truth to the bit about $70 DLC, that's compelling enough reason for me to abandon Diablo. That's fair. Yeah, they're not shy about charging money for that game, that's for sure. Playing an Argonian Shadow Scale as we speak. Sweet. It's always a fun one. Need to rebuild my Skyrim from the ground up too. Ooh. No Necromancer? Heresy. Yeah, Diablo 4 Necromancers are pretty cool. It's obviously more of an action-y take on the class, but I haven't played it yet. I do plan on playing a Necromancer for the Season 3 content soon, but very close to reaching max level with my original rogue character, the Shadow Magic Imbuement. It's really cool. So I might stream that just to, you know, if anybody's curious about the game or curious how I've done my my build or anything for that. I'll probably stream it once or twice just to see how it does on the channel, but also to avoid burnout. I hope you guys don't mind. I am going to fast travel to High Hrothgar because I can't be bothered to do the 7,000 steps again. You meant to say necromancers are cool, period. Okay, cool. Gotcha. I got you. Necromancers are cool. Sorcerer a second. Yeah, Necromancer seems cool. I want to do like a corpse explosion build for the Necromancer, but I feel like that could be kind of tedious, at least to start. And then there's like the Infinimist build that everybody's going on about, and the Bone Spear build, which I played the Bone Spear Necromancer build in Diablo 2. And it was cool, it was strong, but it was kind of, you know, kind of bland. I don't really need something that's overpowered as long as it's like fun and engaging to play, which is kind of the route that I went with my rogue. But there are a lot of different ways to go with the classes in Diablo 4, which is cool. I appreciate the breadth of the different gameplay options you have in that game. Plus, the necromancers in that game are awesome when they get to use like a scythe. Catch up here. I have to figure out what version of Skyrim to build off of, 1597 or 1646. That's the big question right now. I think 1597 is... I'm running 1597 right now, and I still have most of the CC stuff. There was some stuff that... there was some terrain wonkiness. Just mod conflicts. Some stuff that I just didn't like. Like, a lot of the pets had collision boxes on them that just got really annoying and didn't work with my toggle follower collision mod that I have running, that I can go right through my followers. So I took those out. The Saturalia, like Christmas stuff, I took out. It doesn't fit with Skyrim here long, I don't think. And then the survival stuff, I have I need for that, and I can throw Frostfall on here if I want to. Which does survival better, in my opinion. But other than that, I have everything else in here, and it works fine. Works absolutely fine. No problems whatsoever. And that's all in 1597. So you can do CC and... or AE/CC and 1597. If you want. If you're trying to avoid that stuff, then yeah, obviously you don't have to have it enabled. Where the hell is Arngeir, by the way? You are pissing me off, bud. He's probably hiding like behind one of these things. Yeah, there he is.
We are all in your debt, Dragonborn.
Let's see.
Perhaps not. Dragons are not like normal mortal creatures, and Alduin is unique, even among dragonkind. He may be permitted to return.
Hey, Enking, there he is. Necromancers are probably cool to the touch, indeed.
But that is for the gods
indeed.
To decide. You have done your part.
My build for stream was Corpse Explosion, yeah. Did you have fun with it? It just seems like the most interesting, and I love stuff that explodes in that game because the explosions are so, like, visceral and satisfying. Do I already have a quest for them active? Is that why he's not letting me ask about word walls?
Now you see why I've warned you against...
I'll just go through all his dialogue to see if I can unlock it.
Barbarians. Yes, But understand, during the days of Alduin's rule, all dragons were
Sounds more like, yeah.
There was nothing
Death
else
Knight
they
is
could
definitely a
if not for Pasternax.
a branch of the Necromancer that you can take in Diablo 4. There's also Summoner types, where you can have a bunch of minions, and that's probably more your classic Necromancer. Didn't think I'd move to that version this quickly, but a lot was fixed, although I miss out on NGIO, but it's not worth it at this point. I see. Okay. I'm not going to kill Parthenax.
Has placed the voice of wisdom within
He's basically the only friend I have left
All you need to do
at
is
this
learn
point,
to listen to
after the
it,
Stormcloaks
and
cut me
your
loose.
path will be clear.
Blade said that Parthenax used to be, yeah, what does it mean to be Dragonborn?
Dragons have the inborn ability to learn.
I probably already
and
have
project
a
the
word
voice.
wall quest
Dragons
active.
also
I just
are
need to
able
find it.
Absorb the power of their slain brethren. A few mortals are born with similar.
I'm amazed the lag isn't too bad. You're only 9 minutes
Curse.
behind on the video. Oh god, that's rough. I'm sorry, Mr. B.
What you have already learned in a few days took even the most gifted of us years to achieve. Some believe that Dragonborn are sent into the world by the gods.
For Diablo 4, two-handed
Times of
weapons
great
tend to
need.
increase DPS, but
We
I'm
will
green.
speak
There may be
more
more
of that
nuance.
later,
Yeah, so
when you
if
are
you apply like legendary effects and other sort of aspects to a two-handed weapon, that enchantment or that effect is actually twice as strong. So there's a lot of gameplay reason besides just the DPS to use a two-handed weapon, even for a magic class. You absolutely had fun with it? Alright. Usually what I do when I start a new class in Diablo 4 is I'll wait to see what kind of legendaries drop and what kind of legendary effects I unlock kind of like organically and naturally. And then kind of shape my build based off of that, and then eventually I'll find something that I like better, and then I can go back and respec all my skills and stuff to match something that I like. When I think of a traditional necromancer, I think daggers, robes, magics, ice and blood, and deception.
As dragons do. For most people, long years
Yeah, blood magic is definitely a path that you can take in Diablo 4. The ice magic, I don't. There's bone magic and there's blood magic, but yeah, you can still do the robes. You can do daggers for sure. They give you a lot of wiggle room in how you craft your build in that game. Okay.
Breath and foot.
Let's see here. Field Hunter. It's part of Convenient Horses, I think. Which I thought I skipped all this stuff, but whatever. Acolyte of the Voice, no. Innocence Lost, we're still doing that one. Discerning the Transmundane. The Cause, Soul Divided. Champion of Kine. Daedra's Best Friend, Revealing the Unseen. Yeah, that's another thing that the AE content does, is it will really bloat your quest log here. It gives you a lot to do, that's for sure. Find the Word of Power in Ancient's Ascent. That's what we're looking for. What time is it? About noon. So we got time. Banishers has much more combat and rewarding combat than Vampire. Oh, refresh the stream to catch up. It might just be that you buffered for a while. I do have a few dropped frames going into YouTube. Not a lot. Oh, I'm dropping some frames now, though. Alright, looks like we're good now. Yeah, a few dropped frames. It shouldn't be significant. It should be pretty... it shouldn't really make an impact to anything. Right, as I mentioned buffering. Yeah, I said buffering and then I started dropping frames. Yeah, no, we're good now, though. It's restabilized. Sorry about that. Let's see here. Ancient's Ascent. It's down this way. Okay. So we can start over here at the Thalmor Prison, which is part of Helgen Reborn, I think. Then we can make our way across to the west. Hey, Amir Kaya, greetings from Turkey. Well, greetings from the US and oh, and there's Ultimagus. Uh-oh. Magus. Magus 80. Now you have to compete with an Ultimagus. That sounds like a tough challenge. 2 Maguses. Magus fight. Yeah. I might pay money to see that. The stream is buffering a bit on my end too. Just got here. What's the build gimmick behind the Shaman Assassin? Well, it's kind of... I don't know how familiar you are with the Anision mods, the Anirim stuff. But I am using the relic... Or not the relic. The ritual stone from Andromeda. And what that does is, as you encounter dead things, it will capture their spirit. And then next time you enter combat, it will deploy these spirits. Do I have any spirit? No, I don't have any spirits. But as I fight this bear, if he can kill that rabbit already. Now it says the ritual listens up in the upper left corner there. I have stored the spirit of this bear. And next time I enter combat, then that bear will be summoned. It might not be a bear, just because of the way that random encounters work in Skyrim. The script works. It's Serpent's Trail. That's for Bruma. It might be a spider. It might be a wolf. It might be a saber cat. Whatever. Just depending on the area and what level you're at. So the way that synergizes with being an assassin is that you can kill multiple enemies. Sorry, I'm just trying to determine how best to get the Ancient's Ascent here. Okay, looks like I want to go to the left of the fork here and then go from there, because I think that there's just a hard cliff face right here that I can't get over. I'll have to come up or down from the north. Go up the foothills there. Make sure I'm pointing the right way. Yep. Yeah, so the gimmick and how that synergizes with being an assassin is that you can kill a bunch of people as an assassin without being detected and therefore not technically entering combat. So the whole time that you're, slaughtering an entire fortress without ever being seen, you're gathering these spirits up. And then at the very end, oh, hey, the companions. Look at that. They're out on some raid somewhere. And then when you fight like the final boss or whatever at the end, or you get in, you do somehow get caught. Then all these spirits that you've accumulated through your assassinations pop up and they help you in that fight. And that's kind of, the cornerstone of what this build is. But there's a lot of roleplay opportunity here. There's a lot of variance in gameplay styles, because he is also very capable of toe-to-toe frontline combat, but also infiltration. So yeah, I'm really proud of how this build is turning out. Just getting a little burnout on Skyrim. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, you might not know that I do some pretty killer build guides for these things, and I do plan on doing a build guide for this guy too. Absolutely. I don't know. Am I going the right way? Seems like I might be. I'm on a horse, so I can go like straight up in the air if I need to. But I always like trying to find an actual accessible path. Burnout on Skyrim? How long have you been playing it for? Like 4 months? Well, a lot longer than that. Let's 4,166.3 hours. In Special Edition, another 390, close to 390 in Legendary. And then, let's see. I don't know if this counts, but there's 16 hours in VR even. Not to mention all the stuff that I played, all the hours that I played on PS3, PS4, and Switch. So yeah, I don't know how the well, let's see. Let's be stingy and call that 5,000 hours between all platforms. And Magus is gonna say hold my beer because he's got like over 10,000 hours, I think. $208 days. So we're gonna put, well, let's say 30 days in a month. So 7 months. 7 months of my life has been spent in Skyrim. I don't know. I feel like that's a weird flex, but I think it's the opposite of a flex. That's like... It's not like, whoa, that guy's got 7 months in Skyrim. That's more like, aw, he spent 7 months of his life in Skyrim. Poor guy. First 10,000 hours back in 2014. Is there even 10,000 hours in the 3 years? Did you did you create hours there somewhere? No, I don't know how the math works out. Okay, I don't know how to get up here. I know I'm cheating, but I'm looking at the map and I see no way of getting back up here. I know that there's some kind of cave or something. Yeah, here's the cave. Let's figure out where this goes. People not in the know won't know. I typically don't get burnout on Skyrim, right? Oops, that was a bad idea. Because there are so many different ways that you can play the game, but eventually, especially with mods, especially like in Skyrim mods and stuff like that, they expand the gameplay in a lot of great ways. But within the Skyrim engine, there's still only so much you can do to make it feel different. And I'm kind of running into that wall now, I think. Not saying I'm abandoning Skyrim, it's just I need to take breaks every once in a while and let the heart grow fonder, you know, before I start doing some other stuff within the game. And I'm kind of at that point now. Still have lots of plans for Skyrim on the channel, so don't get your knickers in a bundle. Okay, we got an ice wraith fighting a ice wolf. Whoops.
This should be good.
Yeah, go take care of it, ghosties.
Oh no, you don't.
Spent almost 5 years in Skyrim. Jeez. Got a true son of Skyrim over here. We do indeed. $4.9086758 is what the calculator tells me. Wow, that's a lot of time. Ooh, that I needed orc blood for that Septimus Cygnus Hermaeus Mora questline. Nice. Where does this spit out? I always have trouble finding the entrance to Ancient's Ascent here. The next challenge, remove all combat and turn it into a social dating game. Arngeir will remember that. Yeah, nice. It's completely possible. Yeah, isn't there like some kind of there's this really cringy mod that makes everybody like dateable, and there's like dialogue and stuff. It's not something like you know, Sex Lab or whatever else there is. It's more like a dating sim. I don't think it's like the dialogue is like overtly sexual, but like in a funny way. Bone Chill Passage. Oh yeah, so that's why I couldn't get directly to Ancient's Ascent, because the entrance is way down here. You would have to take Helgen and go up the rock face from here. Yeah, I took the wrong path. I was trying to go directly to the Dragon Roost. I want to say I feel like there's a big chest over here, some kind of a boss chest, but I think I'm thinking of another troll den. The boss chest is up with the dragon. All right, let's fight a dragon. I understand that. I've been taking a long break from Elden Ring, so I don't burn out. I intersperse with other games, like lately it's been Sea of Stars. Okay, people like Sea of Stars. I haven't played that yet. I still have No Man's Sky on my backlog. But I kind of want to play that in VR. I'm not sure if they've optimized the PC version of the VR port of that game, but I think that I've heard that the PSVR 2 version runs really well. So I don't know if they went back and optimized the PC version or not, but I would like to try that in VR. Is there even a dragon up here? I'm not seeing a dragon. Anybody else not seeing a dragon? Maybe it's invisible. Oh god, if it's an invisible dragon, I'm not sure I'm ready for that. Well, let's try it, huh? Yeah, it was an invisible dragon. I knew it. Yeah, for whatever reason, my game has a very infrequent bug where some models just don't get rendered. And I'm not sure what it is. It seems like an engine level bug to me that probably isn't a mod conflict, but more just a vanilla thing. Every once in a while, a model just doesn't show. We'll do this one. That's an ancient dragon. I still don't know what element this guy's rocking yet, but I feel like I have some other fortification potions that I can take to help me with this fight. Yeah, the way to fight an invisible dragon is just to keep Dragon Rend on him constantly. Potion of the Defender we'll use. We'll just pop a resist magic. So we may as well just do fire and frost while we're at it. And I think I have one-handed, yeah, light armor, one-handed, and block. All right, here we go. Okay, sounds like frost. And dead. Okay. Oh, I'm not dead. I thought I was dead. I don't have a... Now I'm dead. Okay, maybe when it reloads, he'll be back. Maybe I can actually see him. Unleash the bears. As far as the Magus contest goes, this in the Skyrim category, Magus 80 takes the W. Oh, yeah, it just can't compete with, yeah, here we go. It's back. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Yeah, this guy is not very strong against dragons. He relies heavily on Dragon Rend and then using that. Oh, I could be using Phantom Armor here too. And using that to get in close and just slice him up with the Ginsu blade. Did he one-hitter quitter me with his tail? He did. Wrecked him. Damn near killed him. Yeah, I gave up on the... I thought I was wrecked, but I wasn't wrecked. Then I got wrecked for real. Alright, let's get everything going that I want to get going here, because what killed me in that fight was that I thought I had things active from before I died that I did not. So that... we'll get some regeneration going. We'll do some deadly poison. We'll do some... fortified block, light armor, one-handed. Resist frost. I think that's all I need. No stamina regen. Make sure that our healing potions are hooked up here. I think I blew through all of them. I did indeed. Let's use some ultimate healing potions if we need to. Let me hook that back up to my hotkey for my healing potions. Is it hotkey 1 for the potion? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yes, it is 1. Potion of ultimate healing. Here we go. And we'll do a quick save. Now we're ready to rock. All right. Let's do it, you disgusting lizard. Try to keep him stun locked because this ancient dragon is doing like no damage on this guy. Okay. But the Mehrunes Razor that I'm using right now, it does do stacking disease damage against organic enemies, so that should start to stack up and we'll see more damage over time being taken. And also the perks that I've taken in Ordinator for daggers also cause stacking bleed damage as well. So going to be a little bit of damage up front, but then it's going to start to accelerate the damage over time. So we just need to keep peppering them with these little cuts. What else was I doing? Oh yeah, let's reapply Dragon Rend here when I get a second. Try to keep him stun locked. Kind of a timing thing. I know that I can get 3 swipes in and then he's ready to attack again. Then bash him. Okay, now we're out of stamina. Got to keep an eye on that. I also want to goose up the magicka a little bit because that's what's keeping my phantom armor running. Okay. Can't stagger him. There we go. Okay, lost my phantom armor. We'll see if we can get we'll see if we can get the magicka to restore naturally. I need to reapply a hotkey to another stamina potion here. Really goosing the potions here. Just gobbling them. But at least I haven't had to use a healing. Yeah, you see that damage over time working now. Oh. One hit is all it took. So, nobody accused me of not running on legendary difficulty. Okay, at least I quick saved in the proper state now. Oops. Oh my god. Bashing just wasn't working. Magic. Okay. Sweet, sweet vindication. Feels good. You know, the animation lined up a little bit better. It would have felt even better, but I'll take it. Woo! All right. Yeah, it takes a lot for this guy. He doesn't have a really good ranged option, so he's just got to get in there and start slicing with his dagger. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to turn off my phantom armor here. So yeah, dragons have been a challenge for this guy, more so than any other enemy, that's for sure. But there is a formula to it. Ooh, rollback. That's a cool enchantment. Dragon Steel War Axe, and I'm over encumbered. What do I have that I can pass off here? Snowfox Carcass I don't need. Animal Bone don't need. Dragon Bones. I think I have enough of those stored up. Don't need those either. Dragon Scales same. Large Animal Bones don't need them. Goat Horns we can use for the Hearthfire stuff. Small Animal Bones don't need them. And we're good. Elven Boots of Rollback. With weapons or spells drawn, jump to return to your location 4 seconds earlier. You can do some really wacky stuff with this. It's a rare enchantment, at least in my experience, to be able to find this. But you can't disenchant this and add it to a custom armor piece. But really add some crazy mobility to any build. I think there is a Black Sacrament armor piece up here too. Resist elements. Resist 35% of elemental and poison damage for 60 seconds. That is very nice. You could throw that on Okado's recital for, or just cast it before a dragon fight. That would be helpful. Animal Allegiance. Probably not something I'm ever going to use. Yep, here it is. Shallow Grave. Cucumbered indeed. I did it. I defeated it. Yeah, I did play, I think Elden Ring was mentioned. I think if I were not a Skyrim guy, I weren't already kind of entrenched in the whole Skyrim thing, I would be an Elden Ring guy. That game is very deep. It's every bit as deep as Skyrim, I think. Maybe not in terms of roleplay or being able to create a full character concept with with backstory and be able to, especially like with mods and things like that. Skyrim, you know, there's a little bit more you can do with Skyrim. But there's a lot in terms of gameplay built in directly into Elden Ring. That I probably would be playing that just all the time if it weren't for Skyrim. But as it is, it took me 150 hours to roll credit on it, and I haven't done any New Game Plus or anything on it yet. So you're telling me to buy and play Elden Ring, huh? Well, I would say if you have... I would wait for it to go on sale for you. I think you know what you like. And it's a very specific thing. and you like to stick with it. That's the impression I get from you anyway. So I would probably wait for it to go on sale. Those games do go on sale. And see if you like it. I think Elden Ring is a good place to jump on for a Souls-like, but if you just don't like the Souls-like formula, you're not going to like Elden Ring. It's extremely difficult, but it's also extremely rewarding. It's one of those. But there is a lot to it with the magic systems. I don't think there's a necromancy option in it, though. I'm not sure I don't think you can play a necromancer in that game. Not about the money at all? Yeah. But there's a big difference between buying it for $70 full price and then getting it on sale. I mean, it's not about the money for me either, but it's about getting my money's worth out of it, right? If I pay full price for a game that I don't like, I feel like I got gypped. I feel like I got ripped off. Even if, like, you know, that $50 didn't have a home or anything. But you can get it on sale for maybe $20-30, and then I feel like if I got it on a steep discount and I didn't like it, then it's like, okay, whatever. Even though that $20-30 probably wouldn't make a big difference in the grand scheme of things. Close to vampire-esque. Well, you do technically play as an undead in all Souls-like games. It's built into the game. You're expected to die a lot, and it becomes part of the game mechanic. So you get respawned as like this undead shade, right? I think they're called tarnished in Elden Ring, or called other things in Demon Souls and Dark Souls and things like that. I'm trying to think. There's a lot of magic. There's a strong magic representation in Elden Ring that wasn't in other Souls games. But I don't think Raising Dead is part of it. As far as vampiric, there might be like an absorb health. There's definitely blood magic in terms of things that you can attach to your weapons and things like that. So hemomancy is a thing. I think actually blood magic is one of the magic types that you have to resist separately. If I remember correctly. Ultimagus might be more fresh in his mind or her mind. Yeah, Elden Ring was one of the best releases in the last 5 years for me. I would say it's right up there. It's probably on my list of top 5 games ever made. Really, really good. You might, I don't know. You have mentioned not being interested in Cyberpunk, but you might actually like Cyberpunk. It's deeply immersive roleplay, for sure. And there is like sneaky magic stuff that you can do in that game too. Elden Ring always looked good, but yeah, it's not a fantasy. It's not fantasy. If you're looking for fantasy games, then Cyberpunk's not going to do it for you. The Witcher series is good, but it's not very open-ended in terms of like the character you can play and things like that. I have a sort of love-hate relationship with the Witcher series. Can't confirm Elden Ring does go on sale. Yeah, the one that was really, like, all the Dark Souls games went on sale except for the the remaster of Dark Souls 1. I waited for years for that thing to go on sale. Years. And it finally did, but it was not a very steep discount. But I still felt like I had to scoop it up. Modding Skyrim, Starfield, and just time. Oh yeah, for sure. No, there's so many games to play out there and so little time to actually play them. Even if you don't have a job that, you know, you work 40 plus hours a week on. Too much good stuff. Good problem to have. Where the hell am I going? Where the hell am I even going? All right, well, I got that word wall anyway. Let's go back to High Hrothgar. Chuck that onto the fire too. And here everyone yesterday was asking me when I'm going to do an Oblivion play. Do you still have an Oblivion install? I feel like you've had one on your machine for a while. Head for Helgen? Yeah, for sure. I tried to go back to Oblivion at some point, but it's for me, the gameplay is a big thing. And in my opinion, gameplay in BGS games does not age well. Skyrim's good, but Fallout 4 and Starfield do combat better. Except for maybe melee stuff. I'm looking forward to see what they do in Elder Scrolls 6 as far as melee combat. Their gameplay has definitely gotten better in general. Melee maybe not so much. It's very focused on the shooting, right, in the newer games, but Skyrim is kept up just because of mods and things like that.
We have felt the whisper of a word. Give me your map and I will show you where its echo can be found.
Bleed status effects and blood magic are a thing. Pretty effective too. Yep, that's what I remember. There isn't necromancy in the traditional sense, but there is magic inspired by lore linked to undeath. Yeah, you can summon ghosts. Summoning ghosts is a big thing in that game that everybody can do. And you can summon darker themed ghosts too, like skeletons and stuff that can tend to be pretty strong. In fact, the astrologer build that I did for Skyrim was based off of Elden Ring. And I think you actually played that build in Skyrim. Yeah, Starfield melee's not great. I do like the timed blocking mechanic, so it's like you can't just hold your shield up, but I like the way Skyrim does it better, where it's like you get a bonus if you time your block correctly, but you don't really get anything taken away from you if you just hold your shield up. In Fallout 4 and Starfield, it's like you block, but he'll only hold the block up for a couple seconds and then he lets go of it. And then you're open for attack. One thing that Skyrim doesn't do well in vanilla also is block canceling. If you have like a TK dodge or something installed, then that, and there are also mods that do this individually as well, where it has like block canceling, where you can cancel any action into a block, a power attack, a regular attack, you know, all kinds of stuff. And this actually, you can, it's part of the dodge mechanic because you can cancel these animations now into another action. But if you have like say a crossbow, you can dodge in the middle of a crossbow animation and it will skip the rest of the animation. You'll just be reloaded. Oops, I did not mean to use one of those. Hit the wrong button. Yeah, so it kind of adds an interesting wrinkle. It makes things easier because it adds more power to your character, but that to me, as long as it's fun, I don't mind kind of violating the sanctity of balance in a game that's fundamentally unbalanced anyway, right? It's all about fun. Its gameplay hasn't aged well, and it's not Skyrim, but it's not supposed to be. Yeah, I get you. The writing, I thought, was great in Oblivion. I think that's something that Skyrim lost over Oblivion, is just these little, very charming little side quests that you could find here and there and just everywhere in Oblivion. It's like you get done with a little side quest and you'd be like, oh, that was cool. I liked that a lot. This game has so much that you can do. I'm surprised they have added all this stuff that most players aren't ever going to see. Oblivion did that really, really well. Skyrim and Fallout 4, not so much. Fallout 3 was really good with that too. But I think that was actually a big return to form for Starfield, was those tiny little side stories that you would get, you know, just exploring. Like you go to, I don't know, like Gagarin or something like that, and you just go and find this random building that isn't marked, and you can talk to somebody there, and they'll send you on a little quest. And sometimes it's really well written. I think it does a lot to add life to the game. But yeah, a lot of people say that that game is wide as an ocean but deep as a puddle. But you have to find the depth. You have to go looking for it. It's not just going to serve it to you on a silver platter. But it is, there's depth there to be had for sure. Got to work a little harder. It's not going to give it to you. Let's see. Where am I going? Did I get the word of power? Or did I just kind of piss fart around? No, I did. I got it. Lost Tongue Overlook. Where is Lost Tongue Overlook? Oh, and I never returned to... I was wondering why I wasn't seeing the courier. God damn it. All right. It's okay. We'll get through this together. Starfield Melee really allows you to more accurately customize your character and expands some perks that you want to add, otherwise couldn't because of limits levels. Okay. Yeah, I haven't done a Melee build in Starfield yet, but that's still on the docket. It's on the agenda. Just needs more animation. Yep. Or even just fix the animations that they have. As far as that freaking looking left bug. I started a new Starfield character, I think last week, and he doesn't have the boost pack ability yet, and I was able to consistently reproduce that look left bug just by sprinting and then jumping and then landing, and then he would just look to the left until you face the camera, and then his head tracking will switch. Starfield head tracking works a lot like this mod called Look What You See, which is what I have running here. If you're behind your character model and you turn the camera, his head will track where the camera is pointing. It's not like the PC head tracking mod where he's just going to automatically look at other people and, you know, have the facial expressions and stuff like that automatically kind of triggered. So in Starfield, if you face your character with the camera for a couple seconds, he will face you, or, you know, kind of fix his look. So I think it's a head tracking bug kind of related to that landing animation when you're running. I hope they can get it fixed. Doesn't seem like a super easy fix, but
Don't haggle.
hopefully.
If you want a lower price, look elsewhere.
Oh yeah, why am I here?
Thank you
Aventus
for your
Arantino.
custom.
There are a lot of head tracking type mods that are actually built into camera mods for Skyrim. Nice. I have to go easy with the camera mods, for a couple of reasons. Personally, I'm just using customizable camera, which is super simple. It just allows me to specify where I want the camera when I am sheathed or have my weapons drawn or whatever. And I kind of just use that to tuck it in a little bit and move it down so that it's closer to the action in a melee fight. But the reason I don't use something like smooth cam or true directional movement is that there's a lot of hoops to jump through because, well, I'm a controller player. This is what I'm using. I'm playing on PC, but I'm using a controller.
Well, grow up the kind. Is she, you know?
So there's that. A lot of those mods just aren't inherently compatible with controller. You have to. There's a lot of like keyboard binding stuff you have to do that kind of it doesn't always work so well. But then also,
I knew the Dark Brotherhood would save me.
Those mods
Just
don't
like I promised.
feel like
This
Skyrim to me.
adventure was right.
I don't know what
Thank
it is.
you.
It's like
Thank you
when I'm in
again.
Skyrim, I want the janky. I want the janky movement. I want the janky hit detection. I don't want to be able to run backward, or I want to be able to run backwards so I can keep my shield up and backpedal. You know, that's a big thing for me. Being able to keep my shield and my weapons pointed where I'm moving. And you can't do that without a lock-on mechanic with a lot of those
Grow up,
games.
I'm going to be an assassin. That way I can help lots of children, just like you.
So, and then it just doesn't feel like Skyrim to me anymore. It feels more like I'm playing an Assassin's Creed game or a Souls-like game. It is objectively better in a lot of ways. It is objectively advanced from Skyrim combat in a lot of ways, but I just like to feel like I'm playing Skyrim. It's home. Feels like home. Filthy controller player indeed. Hey man, controllers are the... Okay, so here are my thoughts on input methods, right? I think you're gonna have the best experience playing with the input method that the game was designed around. And Skyrim, at least the vanilla version, was designed around controller, and there's a lot of things that are nicer in Skyrim if you're using a controller. The keyboard and mouse is objectively better in a lot of ways, especially if you're playing, you know, first person. That's well documented that keyboard and mouse is just effectively the best way to play first person shooter games as far as accuracy, movement with the keyboard and everything. What you get with the controller though is there's no walk button. I don't have to mess with a walk button. If I want to walk, all I have to do is just move the stick up a little bit and I'm walking. If I'm running, move it up a little bit more and I'm running. I get full range of motion in my movements. It's not just 8-way or 4-way. I'm not bound to just 4 keys on a keyboard for where I'm moving. I can do full analog figure 8s. That's nice. That feels good. Feels great. And then a lot of the menu items and stuff like that. The vanilla menu is notoriously designed to cater to controllers and console players. I don't even use the vanilla UI anymore. There's just a lot of functionality that Sky UI provides that I feel like I need, especially in terms of like equipment sets and hotkeys and things like that. But in terms of the vanilla game, yeah, that's an advantage that you get for being a controller player over keyboard and mouse. But really, I spend all day on a keyboard and mouse, and it causes posture issues that I don't like, and that I'm now going to a chiropractor now to try to fix. I don't have that issue with the controller. I can lean back, I can sit with my hands in my lap with a controller, and I have no pain or discomfort. I could play like this all day. Whereas like 15 minutes on a keyboard and mouse in that posture, and I need to take an ibuprofen, do some foam rolling, stretch out, and take an hour break. It's no fun. But yeah, as far as using the input method that the game was designed for, as like arcade games, I like to play on an arcade stick. Racing sim games, I like to play on a racing wheel. And of course, with VR games, you want to play with the motion controls. And that's usually how you're going to get the best experience out of things. Not always, but usually. I don't know how that conversation started. Oh yeah, the smooth cam thing. Smooth cam is wonky, yeah, for sure. Alt conversation cab, I like a lot. It's not, I really like alternate conversation cam, especially if it's customizable. I like getting closer to the action. It's a reason why Oblivion did it the way it did, and Fallout 4 and Starfield did it the way it did. It's just, it's better to get a close-up of the face of the person that you're talking to. You just feel more engaged with the NPC. It's more immersive. You get to see their facial expressions and things like that. It's just better all around. But I don't like it to, you know, be too heavy to then actually switch back to the player character when you're choosing something if the player character doesn't have a voice. It just looks a little funny. So I turn that part of it off and just use the... Cannot play Diablo 4 without a controller. Yeah, Diablo 4 was another one designed to be played on controller, much to the chagrin of hardcore Diablo PC players. Especially the Necromancer with the corpse explosion. It's really hard to find. Oh my god, that is a firewall. Your face burns. I'm dying a lot on camera. I usually don't die at all on stream. This is crazy. Yeah, this character, I'm really proud of the build, but there are some glaring weaknesses here for sure. Toe-to-toe with a mage-like character, not from stealth, you're gonna have problems. Especially with a fight. It's like, okay, I can deal with it if he's chucking fireballs at me, but if the whole ground is on fire, that's rough. Okay, and I was on my horse. Deathloop. Where the hell even am I? Wilson with the controller is next to impossible. Yeah, a lot of those ARPGs, especially on PC, are real rough. Nope. Oh, smooth cam even on mouse and keyboard is pretty bad. I imagine smooth cam to be kind of nausea inducing too. I have a hard time with camera shake in a lot of games, and unstable camera shake has become kind of like really ubiquitous in a lot of cinematic games these days too. It's been rough, but there's almost always an option to turn it off, and that's usually the very first thing I do is turn off camera shake because I just get nauseous immediately. As a former controller user for 7 years, then moved to mouse and keyboard is objectively better for Skyrim. Since I don't play competitively, I'm more than happy to use my Elite 2 with Rewazda and macros. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't like key bindings. They don't always work well for me. It adds a layer of complexity to it that kind of causes instability. I tried running some for Skyrim to get access to more hotkeys, and it was rough. I was getting a lot of keys inputs were just being eaten. They're just being dropped, and that's kind of a deal breaker for me. But now I'm running Gamepad++, and this has been absolutely flawless for me. It opens up a ton of hotkeys for you. So you have like an action key that you can define, or I'm sorry, a combo key that or a bunch of different combo keys that you can define, and that allows you to hold down a button on your controller and then click like the directional pads to have access to more hotkeys. And that's what I'm using. And then I remap those keys using my Elite 2 here. There's buttons on the back that I can then remap to those so that I don't have to take my thumbs off the sticks like ever to push another button in combat. And that's how I have my Skyrim set up. It's beautiful. It works amazingly well. Gamepad++ is an amazing mod if you're interested in PC controller gaming on Skyrim, for sure. Highly recommend it. The same mod authors have a mod that brings the soul-like, I think it's called I-Equip. So you have the Souls-like equipment method where you have the little box for each hand, and you can cycle through inventory items in each hand that way, which is great if you have a lot of items that you want to cycle through. But the downside of that is that it takes a while to equip a weapon that you want, whereas if you have just a direct hotkey, you can get that thing up like instantly. For Diablo 4, I'm not really sure what I'm missing out on using a controller without any kind of WASD remapping. Or are you talking about Wilson there? Smooth cam really needs to be configured. People use it because it's the closest to Souls style for a lot of people who don't know how to properly set up animations. I see. Yeah, smooth cam and I think true directional movement is another one. that a lot of people are using. It has the lock-on mechanic built into it. Okay, what the hell am I doing? Where's my horse? I'll do a horse whistle. Probably over in the stables area. Don't really need her. We can do all this on foot. What time is it? 6:38 p.m. Yeah, we're dusk again, so it's gonna be tough finding our way around. Let's just wait a couple hours here. It'll be better by moonlight. TDM has an awful jump that overrides most by default. Yeah, and for me, it's just, it seems like all that has been more of a pain in the ass than it's worth, when I generally like the way that vanilla Skyrim works with controller. I don't need a lock-on, I've decided. There is a little bit of auto aim with a controller that I don't think you get with mouse and keyboard that can be really annoying if you're trying to do some precision magic casting. But other than that, it works really well for my needs. I'm happy with it, and for the most part, I'm not going to change something that I'm happy with. The older 360 movement behavior was fine. And then if you want like the lock-on mechanic, you can add that separately. Is that what you would recommend if I wanted a lock-on mechanic? Just use the old 360 movement with it and get a lock-on mechanic on its own. I have no profile set up for Diablo. I use Rewazda to mimic keyboard inputs with a controller. And I can use macros for other games that work like Okado's Recital, for lack of a better reference. Oh, cool. Okay, so that's why you're saying you don't play it competitively, because it's basically cheating. That's fine. I'm not judging you. I should switch to the aspect of the snake here because I want to be stealthy. Well, that lasted fuck all amount of time there, didn't it? He is not aggroing on me. Who else is here? Oh, yeah, I think there are a couple saber cats up here. Oh, a lot more than a couple saber cats. There's a lot of stuff up there. Okay, that's right where I'm going to. Yeah, this is a lot. Is this a zombie horde? TDM isn't bad, but you're gonna hate the jump and how your character handles it. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'd just rather not. Spriggans, huh? How are they even detecting me? They're so far away, and I'm very sneaky. Hey, it's kinda on fire here too. What the hell's going on? Ah, crap. Ah. Swiggins. More angry deer. Oh dear. And zombies. Okay, well this is eventful. Mehrunes' razor is not very effective against zombies. So we'll switch to the Henektonomit. Ooh, caught me with that one. This dagger has a powerful enchantment on it. Also does a lot more, well, not a lot more, but a little more base damage than the razor does. Are they flanking me? They are. I knew it. All right, a-holes. So many of them. They're so, like... They're so tough. They're very spongy. Wanted the Undying Ghost, and I got the Water Totem, which I was using for Civil War assaults. Let's see. Conjure Undying Ghost. We'll put that on 5. We'll use him instead. Whoa! I don't know how I managed to dodge all damage from that. Must have been some unintentional invulnerability frames or something. Wow, they really just crushed that guy. Okay, this is gonna be a long fight. Settle in. So many of them. All right, what can I do here? Ah. Let's see. What do I have in the toolkit here? Well, I could use Phantom Armor to give me a little more health. The Undying Ghost really didn't do much. Let's try an Avenging Wraith. I could also use Fusro Da as kind of a crowd control mechanic just to get them all to fall down. Yep, okay, she's gone now, but now she takes on the level of the last zombie who killed her. Do a little more damage. Take a little more damage, hopefully. Ow, okay. Yeah, she's a little more spongy now, that's good. See how long she lasts. About out of juice on this thing. Okay, I think I might have a... No, I don't. Don't have any soul gems to charge that thing up. Alright, what's doing the most damage? Probably the Dragon Sting. 87 versus 62. Yep, definitely switching to Dragon Sting. Okay. Making it work. Making it work. Do a little more damage from behind here. That's part of Wildcat. Okay, Avenging Wraith was a good call. Let's see, who's next? Oh dear, eye roll. It's just another deer. Oh, it's a fox. That's a fox that time. Okay. Well. We'll get some mort flesh out of the deal. Yummy, yummy. Separate lock-ons. Yeah, okay, I thought so. Actually, I know that Skyrim does have a built-in lock-on mechanic. Because when you attack an enemy, it locks on to the to some enemy, and it doesn't even make sense all the time. So you're not always going to hit the person that's right in front of you. Sometimes you hit the person that's like behind the person that's right in front of you. And until you get those like side power attack perks that hit multiple enemies, it will only single out one enemy to hit. So there is definitely a lock-on mechanic hidden in there somewhere. You just don't have any control over it, right? So it makes sense that there would be multiple mods. It shouldn't be too hard to hook into that, I don't think. So it doesn't surprise me that they're out there. What the hell is encumbering me so much? I guess I can start getting rid of some of these pelts and things like that. Got plenty of them back at the house. Dragon Soul Gem. Where did I get this? This must be part of the Leviathan mod. Oh, value? No, I don't want value. I want weight. Weight. Do I have any bones that I can get rid of? Actually, let's take the large animal bone. Let's do this. We're going to take the large animal bone. We're going to turn it into bone meal, and we can use that to disenchant some of these items. Scrimshaw is what I'm looking for. There we go. Got 3 bits of bones. We can turn that into bone meal. We can use that bone meal then to use the enchanting supplies. Throw that down. We can use that to disenchant some of these things that are taking up encumbrance here. Yeah, the Black Sacrament bow has a really cool enchantment on it. It's a little wonky in practice, but you can... I kind of would like to leverage this for like a barbarian build and put it like on a battle axe or something. Because it just makes your enemies kind of explode into, into like just blood and guts everywhere. It's pretty cool. In execution, it's a little wonky, but it's still kind of fun to have. That should do it for encumbrance, right? Yeah, at least for a little bit. Okay. Zombies taken care of. I feel like they were a lot more than that. Still don't know any of the effects on this putrid flesh or this mort flesh. Okay, now all that just to free myself up so that I can go take on Ancient's Ascent. Alright, so to the left there should be a mountainside. And I believe that there is an entrance, or like a pathway up to the top. A little further down this way. Burning rubble, signs of a dragon for sure. Okay, before I get any farther on this, actually, I was gonna switch to the aspect of the snake because I wanted to be sneaky here, but that's not gonna help me in a dragon fight because that's just open warfare, right? Oh, saber cat. I did find a strange cat claw at the very beginning of the stream, in case anybody missed that. So I am in a place where I can do a video guide now on how to do the hidden questline in Hunterborn. Which not a lot of people talk about, but it does grant you a pretty awesome spell / power at the end of it. It's great for sneaky characters. And I think it would do well on YouTube because not a lot of people know about it. Oh, wait a minute. I thought I saw a rabbit, glowing green rabbit running around here somewhere. Yeah, Kine wants this rabbit to die. It disappeared. And I didn't get credit for it. Damn it. You had me at sneaky. First I've heard of it. Yeah, it's very well hidden. Hey, there's the wind. Serves me right. Oh, she pops up right when I kill the rabbit. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. I feel like this is the path up to Ancient's Ascent. I'm missing something. It's just dark. I can't see anything. Not Ancient's Ascent. This is something else. Lost Tongue Overlook is what I'm going for. Pretty sure this is the way up. Could be completely mistaken. Yeah, I need to go farther. Farther this way. And then back around. Since we have the aspect of the bear, we can just go ahead and turn the light on now, I suppose. Ooh. Is this a path? I should have known wind was here, because now, of course, I'm getting lost. Finding lots of canis root, though. That's good. Canis root equals... Oh, that's way too bright. Canis root equals paralysis poisons. I do love a paralysis poison. Alright. I give up. I'm using clairvoyance. Make sure this is the only thing I have active. Yeah, it is. Let's see how well clairvoyance actually works. Oh, another cave, of course. I don't think I need anything more from any of these kinds of animals, so I'm just going to forego harvesting them for a while until I actually need to harvest them again. Where's clairvoyance? There it is. Oh, here we go. Well, this is where I was. Now it's way too bright. What the hell happened? Did my EMB get turned off? No, that is part of the EMB of the brightnesses. Okay. Whatever you say, Rudy. A cave? I wonder what's inside. It's supposed to be a bright night. Sky looks awfully blue and bright for 10:32 a.m. Here we go. I just went the wrong way. It does wind back over to the west though before it curves back over to the east. Okay, we're back on track. Oh no, it rubs off. It does. Two things. Okay, now let's see here. Get the ward out. Because I know that there's a magical trap over here. Okay. Didn't seem to care. Okay, let's switch back to Mehrunes Razor for the damage over time. Let's get everything ready to go. We're gonna need some poison. We're gonna need some regeneration. We are going to... What else do we need? We need some resistances. Go ahead and favorite a different kind of magic potion that we have more of. Fortify one-handed, light armor, and block. Resist fire, resist cold, and resist magic. Alright, that ought to do us. Vigorous stamina instead of the plentiful. Inane, Dragon Rend. Alright, now we can do a quick save. Got lost in Skyrim. Yeah, no problem, Silent Echo. Good to have you, though. Just taking on this dragon here. Ooh, a blood dragon. This guy might be tough. Okay, got a couple of ritual stone minions. Actually, a few. Got a troll, got a spider. The blood dragon so far is much easier to deal with than... Oh yeah, you can see the big green cloud. Wow! Okay. Whew. Definitely taking the blood. Can I make bone meal out of the scales and bones? We'll see. Timeout plus 10 demerits. Man, Maldaroth is a hard ass. I was just gonna let it slide, but you know, now Maldaroth over here, or Macadamia. See, I feel like Macadamia is way too whimsical for how much of a hard ass Maldaroth is over here. Really sticking it to Silent Echo. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Okay, let's see. Scrimshaw, that's what I'm looking for. Can I make bits of bone out of dragon bone? No, I cannot. So, we'll leave it behind. Ooh, the dragon was rich. How are we doing on the cucumber? We're doing good on the cucumber after the dragon bones. Yeah, definitely got some wonkiness going on with the EMB. I don't think it should be this bright. Or maybe they did that on purpose. Actually, a Daedric Buckler might be pretty cool. I'll have to make some room for that. Alright, what word is this? What word is this? Run dismay. Okay, fear effect might be good on a shout. Kind of fits with the character a little bit, I think. Was there a shallow grave over here too? I don't think there was. May as well pop up the quest just to be sure though. No, nothing over here. Okay. Okay, let's go back to town, see if maybe Vander wants to give us a mysterious note from a shadowy figure. Maybe sell off some weapons here and there. seen the notification for the stream, and I had 30 minutes left, and then turned on Skyrim, and 2 hours gone quick. Yep. That do happen. That do happen. Ah, there's Vander. Speak of the devil.
Looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver.
Got my shadow scale up to level 58 with less than 200 hours in the game. I actually played through organically as possible too. Now working on Redguard Wandering Blade Master. Nice.
Don't know. Creepy fella, black robe.
Don't know.
His face. Maybe a pretty something to get this in your hands though. Looks like that's it. Gotta go.
Breton Voidwalker Shadow Anti-Mage type. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Path of the Anti-Mage, I think, is that that mod that adds the Anti-Mage spells and stuff on there. The one that Castian was using in Couch Warriors last Hoorah. I do have that in my list of mods to add at some point. I don't know when it'll actually make it in, but I'd like to do an anti-mage build at some point. Breton seems perfect for it.
If you've got the coin, you've come to the right
But
place.
that's all the way down the pipeline somewhere. Not even on the radar right now. Oh yeah, Maloroth was saying he was playing a Shadow Scale earlier too. I played a Shadow Scale years ago. It was one of my favorite playthroughs.
Up for some fishing this week. I don't know.
The lighting in here looks great. Now the EMB is putting in some work.
Hit the road. Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
People are scared.
Yes,
All hail to Ulfric.
I understand.
Ooh, beyond a little bit. Let's see, we got about 45 minutes left in the stream. I was going to take a quick caffeine break, but I think I can make it another 45 minutes. I think I can make it another 45 minutes. Got a little bit of yard work to do today, but not too bad.
I told you I can't just up and leave.
And pray to the old ways. Keep the bear. The bear is good for travel because it boosts our defense a ton.
I'm sorry, help.
On legendary difficulty, that is very, very important. And now I'm going to wake up in the abandoned shack. Look at that. Kind of like your Shadow Mage build with more stealth like a Shadow. Okay. Using Nightblade, Ghostwalk, and Bound Dagger combo is cool. Hell yeah, it is. Zapping all over the place.
Does it matter? You're warm, dry, and still very much alive.
I have another arcane combat archer in my head too, kind of based off of my rogue build from Diablo 4. Highly mobile,
Gets butchered in her own orphanage.
with a lot of rapid fire arrow shots from the bow.
I'm not criticizing.
Using Shadow Dance as well, so I can just jump around and
coming. And you saved a
dash
group of
all over the
urchins
place.
To boot. But there
create
is a
distance,
slight
dodge attacks, you know,
problem.
that kind of thing. And then using Ozra's Wrath as kind of an explosion mechanic for people who get in close, and then hooking up I don't know, it's the novice level shadow destruction spell that you get that absorbs health and magicka. Hook that up to Lion's Arrow to recharge my magicka, and then let off another Ozra's Wrath when folks get too close. I think it would be a fun build to play.
You see, that little Aretino boy was looking for the Dark Brotherhood. For me and my associates. Grelod the Kind was, by all rights, a Dark Brotherhood contract. A kill that you
Ninja character, huh? Poisons, no
you
magic,
must
pure stealth
prepare.
guerrilla tactics. Sounds awesome. Really fun way to play an Skyrim stealth character. So yeah, you got like tripwires and bear traps and stuff you can use for guerrilla tactics that aren't magical too in Ordinator. It's really cool stuff.
Well now, funny you should ask.
No loud arrows,
If
but I
you
use
turn
arrows
around,
as
you'll
tools
notice my
to
guests.
delivering
I've collected them
poisons
from
and heavy utilization of slow time and elemental fury.
the
Nice.
here and now. That's what
Very, very
matters.
cool.
You
Using
see,
all the mechanics
there's a
to
contract out on one of them,
their
and
fullest.
that
I like
person
it.
can't leave this room alive. But, oh, which one? Go on. See if you can figure it out. Make your choice. Make your kill. I just want to observe.
Okay, we're gonna do this in a very shamanistic way.
Am I to take your silence as acceptance? Then you know where we stand. Make your kill and we're square. Repayment of your debt is but a discreet knife thrust away.
God, she is talky, isn't she? Let's see here. We got a big, bulky Nord. We have an Imperial woman. And we have a Khajiit. Alright, I'm not even going to talk to him. I'm going to appeal to the spirits on this one. Do a little bit of scrying. And spirits say it is the Khajiit. So we will go with the Khajiit.
The conniving Khajiit. Cat like that was sure to have enemies. It's no wonder you chose him.
And I'm going to remain silent here.
When most would speak, you listen. You think. You understand.
Tripwires, bear
that the
traps,
only
and the
thing
trick
that
arrows
matters
that
is
don't
you
go bang.
following
Yeah,
my
sweet.
orders. To
That's
keep
another one that's in the pipeline is the Archer build, the Oblivion Archer build. And trick arrows are a big part of that because the Archer traditionally has
And you've repaid your debt in
smithing
full.
as part of his skill
Here's
set.
the key to the shack.
So he can craft all those trick arrows in
Won't stop
Ordinator and it'll
here.
be awesome. It'll be awesome.
say
And there
we
are
take our
also
relationship
magic
to the
arrows
next
that you can craft as part
I
of
would like to
the
officially
AE
extend
content.
to you an invitation to
And also
join
some
my
stuff that
family.
Immersive Weapons adds too.
The
The
Dark
exotic elven
Brotherhood.
arrows.
In the southwest
Also go
reaches of
boom.
Skyrim, in the Pine Forest, you'll find the entrance to our sanctuary. It's just beneath the road, hidden from view.
Clairvoyant
When
always
questioned
points to
by
the
Black
Khajiit.
Door,
Didn't know you could do that
answer
up
with
until
the
like a
correct
year ago.
passphrase.
Yeah, it was a couple years ago for me
Silence,
that I
my
figured it
brother.
out. I think I don't know that that
And
necessarily means that
your
Vasha
life
is the true
ends.
culprit.
I'll see you at home.
I kind of am of the opinion that they're all guilty. I kind of feel like, okay, so Astrid is shrewd, right? She's shrewd, she's efficient, she's good at what she does. I don't feel like she would go to the trouble of kidnapping innocent random people if she didn't already have a contract for them, right? And none of them are particularly redeeming characters, right? They're all kind of, they have their major flaws. Vasha's a bastard. He threatens to kill you instead of you threatening to kill him. He doesn't give a crap. She's just a complete, you know, she's not a friendly person. We'll say that. Probably leads me to believe she's done some very bad things and made some very bad enemies. This guy, I think, is a veteran. He's probably killed lots of people in his life, and he also seems to have a very guilty conscience. So they're probably all guilty, and I think that once you leave here, Astrid is going to kill the other two regardless. And she doesn't even seem too upset by it if you decide you want to kill all of them. Of course, she doesn't seem too upset by it either if you want to just kill her and go the good guy route. But yeah, I think Clairvoyant points to Vasha just because, you know, that's the first quest marker, however they index it in the code. Because I think each one of them get a quest marker. You get to pick one that you use, and I think that's just the top one that Clairvoyance picks. Good for me, missing most of this. Well, I'm just glad to see you, Strudel. Do I know what day it is? No, I do not. That's okay. That's all right. You're just living your life day by day. Who cares what that day is called? Glad to have you in any case. Okay, so finally, 2 hours, 22 minutes into the stream, into the 3-hour stream here, we finally said what we were going to do at the beginning and started the Dark Brotherhood questline here. Can't fast travel when nearby enemies are around. Okay, so let's just point in the right direction here. Do I have Philia, or I'm gonna have to do this on foot? Throw out a horse whistle here. That might attract whatever enemy is nearby, but I can handle it. There's also some kind of shrine over here too. Philia's not close. Okay, we're on our own. We're on our own. We'll just slog through the marshes on foot, I guess. Is there an easy way to cross any of this? No. Okay. Well, one easy way to avoid the cold water is just to go ethereal. That's just purely role-playing flavor / immersion. Probably works for Frostfall and stuff too, I would imagine. I think this is a Thunderchild shrine. I hear a spider. There's that spider. Here, spider, 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 spider. Who's yelling mercy? Did that spider just yell mercy? Need the water walking spell? Yeah, that'd be cool. Or, if I were going to allow myself to be swayed, Magus would probably try to persuade me to be... just to become a vampire. Sacrosanct has a water walking mechanic, if you're a vampire. Spooter? Definitely a spooter. Definitely spooter. I just know it's a day off. Yeah, indeed. Hey, there's Tom. Welcome, Tom. Hope you're doing well. Why don't you? Movar Slayer, Morthal. Didn't know about the water walking mechanic? Yeah. And then obviously the Azadal boots give you water walking as well from Solstheim, from the Dragonborn questline. But yeah, Sacrosanct, as long as you're well fed, I believe you get water walking out of the gate. And you also get water breathing as well. More Canis root, yes please. Better Vampires does not. Can't run, sprint. Yeah, it's just walking. Which is good. You don't want to just be completely prevented from going underwater, right? You have to have some way to do it, and then, you know, running or sprinting while you're on water.
Looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver.
Is how you go under. Because there are sometimes you need to go underwater.
Looks like that's it. Gotta go.
Of course, I can make a Better Vampires water walking mod add-on if people want one. Yeah, I feel like just the become ethereal is a more shamanistic approach, especially like a spirit warrior assassin type shaman. To just go into ghost form to prevent hypothermia in wet, like cold water, you know? Do I need a retrospective? Well, oh yeah, I think I made a really bad pun. I don't think I did anything like overtly like gross. At least not that I'm aware of, but I definitely made a deer pun I got ambushed by a bunch of Spriggans and a bunch of deer attacked me. And I think the phrase that I used was, "Oh dear." Maldaroth gave me an eye roll and said, you know, "Where's a 57 strudel wow when you need one?" Alright, I can take this carriage to Falkreath. Yeah, that's definitely wow worthy, huh? Oh, you got requests, Magus. Make it so. Female vampire seems more fitting. I could see that. I feel like when you say, like, I'm gonna play a vampire character, a lot of people already have in their head what that means to them, right? They have some kind of character pictured in their head, and that could be male or female. Probably some kind of gothic clothing or armor on. Hear a dragon, don't see a dragon. I usually have that problem in this area. It's like, because of how thick the trees are, the forest is over here, can't seem to target the Mora Tapanella, even though I really want it. With how thick the trees are over here, you can't really see the skyline too well. You can hear the dragon flying around somewhere, but you're kind of just at its mercy of when it wants to drop down on you. Damn dragons can swoop down at any moment. Okay, so a little bit of role play for this guy here, right? So he spent his entire life trying to join the ranks of the Stormcloaks because he had been such a pariah, such an outcast for so long, being born under the sign of the shadow and, you know, being able to sort of talk to spirits and stuff. That kind of set the Nords off, especially the Nords of the Stormcloak persuasion that are a little more suspicious of magic than most. So he did his rite of passage. He was able to hunt down and kill a saber cat, and he was instrumental in retaking Skyrim for the Stormcloaks. That's all done. We've completed the Civil War questline here. He was showered with honor for his part that he played in the Civil War questline, right? Which was nice. It was nice to be recognized and celebrated. But he wasn't looking for that honor. He wasn't looking for the glory. He was looking for a sense of belonging. He was looking for family and camaraderie. And as soon as the Civil War was done, as a sort of like quote unquote reward, he was relieved of duty. He had like fulfilled his oath as a Stormcloak, and at that time, he was like said, "Okay, service is no longer needed. Thanks for everything you did." But that's not what he wanted. He felt like he was being abandoned by his family that he had worked so hard to achieve a relationship with. So he felt betrayed by that. He is not really a fan of Ulfric right now, or Galmar. And he still gets, you know, the suspicious sideways glances, the side eye from the different Stormcloaks and all the other Nords that don't like his spirit talking ability, and the fact that he was born under the sign of the shadow, and that he's like the sneaky assassin type that hears voices in his head. So he went into a little bit of a dark place with that, and he was like, okay, well, if I can't be useful for these people that I've basically dedicated my life to and have now said that they don't want me anymore, what can I do? So he took the Aventus Aretino contract and he killed Grelod the Kind, and that's kind of where we're at now. So I'm thinking, for this next leg of his journey, he's going to find that family that he wanted in the Dark Brotherhood. They're all too willing to accept you and call you family and give you a home and be close and have these relationships. And if you're a dark, shadowy figure, that's even better. They like that. So that's where we are here. Female version of Blade, the Stormblade. Oh, nice. I like that. Couch would be proud of that. Oh, well, thanks. That is high praise. He basically taught me everything I know. Now, gameplay reasons to join the Dark Brotherhood are we get a master level light armor trainer here. We get some really good assassin gear, even though I don't think the aesthetic is going to fit with ours here. But you also get the Blade of Woe, and that's the main thing that I want right now. I think that would be a good blade to add to the arsosenal if we get stuck in these combat scenarios where it's toe-to-toe and we don't have the drop on the opponent, we're not doing a sneak attack. Having that absorb health mechanic is huge in these prolonged battles, so I really want to get that dagger. That's the main gameplay reason I'm going through this right now, because my light armor is already at like 92, I think, so I can't train in that anyway. I think what's her name, the child vampire.
The silence suits you.
Oh, I'm drawing a blank on her right now. I'm sure somebody will remind me in chat.
Now,
but she's a master level alchemy trainer as well,
I'm
right?
arranging a job for you, but in the meantime,
could be useful.
Go talk to Nazir. He may have some smaller contracts to tide you over. Soon, the Night Mother will arrive, and things.
He's about to hear the Night Mother's voice in his head. Great, yeah, and that's another thing is he pays heed to those voices in his head. He hears a lot of them.
The armor of the Dark Brotherhood.
It fits. It tracks.
May it serve you well in all your endeavors.
Can't play Skyrim any other way now. Must roleplay it now. Yeah, I mean that's. He taught us all how to get the most out of this game for sure. Let's see. What if I get caught killing someone? Nah.
Be sure and introduce
no questions
to your new family members. They're all very eager to meet you.
So, okay, I was thinking about it too. And another advantage, we were talking about input methods earlier on, keyboard and mouse versus controller. Magus and I always like to debate about this. Can't help ourselves. But camera movement is much more smooth with a controller. And I think it's more comfortable to watch for a viewer. There are a lot of like small streamers and stuff that I watch that they swing the mouse around so fast. The camera, it gets really disorienting. So just slowing down your mouse movements can go a long way. And everybody here, like Magus and Wind, are good about their mouse movements. They're very good about their mouse movements. It's still very comfortable to watch. But there are other Let's Players that are just, they're all over the place. They're very quick with their mouse movements. It's not good viewing. So I try to be very cognizant of that. Camera movements tend to be smoother with a controller, with an analog stick than they do with mouse sometimes. If you're not careful. So that's a good pointer for folks who want to get into the Let's Play business. Is go easy on the pointer. Agreed. Couch Warrior is an unsung hero of Skyrim. I absolutely agree with that. Skypothesis is good too. They're a little lighter on the roleplay side, even though most of their builds are roleplay centric. They do give you some roleplay tips here and there, but they're more of a tell, don't show instead of a show, don't tell. And Couch Warrior was good at both. I mean, he could give you all the diagrams, the circles of character conflict, and everything else, and then but as far as story crafting and things like that, he was like, here, this is what I mean. He was a lot better at demonstrating, I think, than a lot of others.
In and out of Vardenfell in less than 48 hours.
By Sithis, you slew everyone. Well, except for that one you
See, it's the opposite for me. We who use mouse and keyboard can absolutely tell who uses controllers and how the player character doesn't have the precise movements that you'd have otherwise.
No challenge that magic
I feel pretty precise. It's not as crisp because it's not a digital movement, it's an analog movement, but you can still be precise if your thumbs are good. Yeah, for sure, though, but you are very much more accurate with a mouse and keyboard. if you're aiming with a mouse other than a controller, but I'm talking about smooth movement, not accuracy, not precision, not accuracy, smoothness of camera movement. Kill marked for death is an excellent shout that I may use with this build. I could see a Shaman assassin using that quite often. James, hey buddy. Hope you're doing well. Babette is the name. Thank you, Strudel. I gotta go back up. I hear there was an armor I forgot to replace. I don't want to wear red. Oh, I knew there was a... Yeah. I love this armor replacer. Let's see if I can find somebody actually wearing it.
Saying it can't possibly be true.
Oh, Kine wants me to kill the the pet spider down here. Not gonna do it. This is my new family. Let's see if I can find somebody actually wearing it. I think Astrid, or maybe even Vizara, but he's sitting down. You can't really see the whole thing.
Impressive. I'd say you'd earn your bonus on that one.
This is I don't remember what the mod was called, but usually you'd see this in purple and black or red and black, but now I have it on gray and black. It's the one I landed on. I think I prefer the red and black better. In fact, let's actually go do that. Dark Brotherhood armor replacer is all it's called. I like the red variant here. These are just textures, so this isn't gonna mess up my game by switching these around mid-save. It's just a pure texture, no problem. Open visit on the Nexus. I will drop you a link, Strudel. How about that? Boom shakalaka. Yeah, this is the default color. It's kind of like a, not quite purple, more of like a maroon, I guess, maybe. Very cool looking. Maybe not as iconic as the Dark Brotherhood stuff, but it just looks a lot better, and it's definitely not cartoon red and black pajamas, right? They're more realistic purple and black pajamas. They look more befitting of a, this is the red variant, and you'll see that a little better coming up. Yeah. That's the one that I like. Very cool looking. And then there's the slate variant that is the one that I was using. But the red is just kind of more symbolic of the Dark Brotherhood. Looks like the one from Oblivion. It does, kind of. A little more, especially the black on black looks more like the Oblivion one. I think there was a lot less red in the Oblivion Dark Brotherhood armor, if I remember correctly. Have it but forgot to add it. Okay, sure. No problem. But yeah, I wanted to switch it out for red anyway. It's something that I've been meaning to do for a while. I think it was the Scorpion playthrough that I was doing that I wanted to switch it out to slate because I didn't want the red or the purple ninjas to represent Sub-Zero, because Mortal Kombat already has different red and purple ninjas, Rain and Ermac respectively. So I just went to a black one, which is more of a noob Saibot thing, but closer to Sub-Zero than anything else, I suppose. I also replaced the special, the ancient, yeah, the ancient assassin armor. Yeah, I think, I'm not sure if I replaced that one or not. I'll find out soon enough. But it's something that I should do. It's also nice to make it look a little different, though, I think, the ancient stuff. If it's ancient, it probably doesn't look exactly like the contemporary stuff. Yeah, that's the good stuff with the red. That's Dark Brotherhood right there. Very cool replacer. Okay, what am I supposed to do here? Speak with Nazir. Okay. Okay. Oh, it comes with the mod? Great. Well, I can find out real soon here. Let's just do a quick save here. Oh yeah, it does get replaced. I might be running. Yeah, I guess Silent Echo says it comes with the replacer does. Okay, maybe it didn't used to. But yeah, built in it sounds like. Cool. Nazir.
So you're the newest member of our dwindling, dysfunctional little family.
At some point, Hemomancer build, non-vampire base. Ooh, interesting. I don't think I have any Hemomancy outside of Sacrosanct in my loadout.
Save the niceties for now. I have no intention of getting invested in someone who may be dead tomorrow.
Yours
If
looks
you're
different?
Still breathing in a few weeks,
Interesting. You might have a newer or
sure
older
we'll be the
version. Probably a
best
newer
of
version if it
friends.
looks different.
Did she now? Well, as it turns out, there are a few lingering contracts.
And you have the same mod?
we
Yeah, probably
haven't
different
had the
version.
chance to complete just yet, and more, dribbling in from time to time.
Or
I'll
maybe at
assign
some point I
them to you as
patched
they
it
become
to
available
look the same. I don't
to
know.
be completed
I don't
at your
remember.
leisure.
Been running this this list for a lot of years here. Zav has retextures for them. Nice. I'll have to check those out too.
It is.
I'll check that out in a second
These
here.
aren't particularly glamorous
I love a
assassinations,
Zabio
I'll be honest.
retex.
Don't pay much either, but they'll keep you busy. Just do them as you're able. There's no real time limit. The targets aren't going anywhere. You can turn each one in as it's completed, or wait and turn in the whole
Gotta
group
slog
when all
through the
targets
boring
have been
kills before we get
eliminated.
to the good stuff.
Whichever works for you. You've already learned all
Yeah,
I can
no more
teach you.
training available here. All right,
Well then,
give me the contracts.
Let's get started. I've got 3 available right now. Your targets are the Beggar Narfi, an ex.
Well, it looks like we had some more dropped frames at some point. We're stable now again, but
a mind boss. When you've completed all
you were
those,
having
we'll
some
see if
buffering
I
a little
might
while
have
ago.
some
That's
more.
probably my fault, not yours. Karn, did you see Icarus's new roleplay? Very impressed. Yeah, the Fallout 4 stuff. I did watch it. It was pretty cool. I did like the vibes. I left a comment on this video, and he appreciated it. Let's see. Tell me about Enodius. I don't need to know about any of these people.
You've got people to kill, my friend.
I'll let the
Let's
spirits
get
tell
to
me
it.
about it. That's one great thing about playing a shaman is it gives you sort of a built-in conduit mechanism to sort of reconcile what you know as a player with what your character doesn't know as a character, right? Kind of a big thing. I am encumbered, but hopefully I can get Philia. Oh my god, that I'm really turning an ankle every time I take a step over here. God, that looks gruesome. Ow. Oh. Ow. Ouch. Ouch. Hopefully I can get Philia around once I get out of the door here. If I send you a picture by email, can I send it to you to upload here? So I can show it off the ancient... Oh. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind. Okay, I do want to see these Zabio retextures too. It's for the Dark Brotherhood armor replacer. I think the textures are already pretty good. As they are. But Zabio does good work. Okay, I hear Philia. Yeah, there she is. I can unload a bunch of stuff here on the horse. And I think she's also due for a level up as well. Yeah, you can send me an email. It's, well, I don't know if I want to give my email out on stream. I don't want to open up that much. Are you on Discord, Silent? You can send me a DM on Discord. I'm just Karn114 there. 50 resistance to poison, not bad. Yeah, well, I don't think we're gonna go with the shrouded stuff. This stuff looks really cool, but it's not shamanistic enough, right? Probably sharing email isn't the best. Yeah. You can feel free to DM me on Discord. I wish YouTube had a DM. Does YouTube have a DM mechanic that I'm not aware of? I'm not sure. Your boomer brain kicked in with email. Yeah, I know how that goes. Okay, that should be enough for encumbrance. All right, I want to check out this Zavbio retexture, and it does look like I have some alerts on Discord, so we can try that. Okay, quick save, just so I don't lose anything here. Oh, and I hear that dragon again. Oops, wrong one. Damn, that does look pretty good. Oh, this is just a retexture of the vanilla armor, not the replacer. That does look much better. I think I still prefer the Dark Brotherhood replacer better, personally. It's a big improvement, though. If you're trying to keep the vanilla look. Oh, maybe he does have the replacer in here too, because I did see the shadow scale armor, which comes from immersive weapons or immersive armors. Yeah, better shrouded armor. He does tend to be very complete with his replacers and different popular mods. Yeah, no, this is all, yeah, it doesn't touch the replacer that I like. Yeah, I think I prefer the replacer. And I don't think it needs a retexture. I think it's the Fourth Unknown one is quality enough. But these are huge improvements over vanilla, I would say. It's much more high quality. Very cool. You like the Oblivion and Black Shrouded styles yourself? More classic. Yeah, that's the thing, is that you kind of lose some of the iconicness of the vanilla design with a full replacer like the Fourth Unknown one. But if you want to stick with the you know, the iconic Dark Brotherhood stuff, this is your and immersive. Yeah, I'm running the immersive armors one. I don't think I got the latest. I do need to install the CC stuff though. You have options in the faux mod. Nice. Karn did hear explodes fire in Sweden water park. I think the fire is. Oh no, I didn't. No, I don't get much Sweden news over here in Arizona. But it's good that the fire's out now. What a weird place to have a fire, right? At a water park? Sorry, Silent Echo. We're a little out of sync here. It's the one that looks like the sock-looking hood. Okay, let's see. This one? We've got a black hand set that I like, but it's just robes, and I'm too wimpy to go without armor. that does happen. I intensely dislike the vanilla DB style of armor. I mean, I was I thought it was one of the better looking vanilla sets of armor, right? But up against other modded sets, especially with like the Zabio retextures on immersive armors and other replacers from like Nord War and stuff like that, it became out of place. I think the Fourth Unknown stuff just fits better with my mod list. Yeah, it's this one. That's a cool looking replacer. This is the one that it has for the Ancient set for you. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Wear a mage hood with that one. Yeah, that's kind of like what I did with the with my agent build. Mixed and matched. Use the Dark Brotherhood hood. How am I doing on money right now? Should head to Whiterun. I should head to Whiterun and do some training. 4:12 a.m. Can't fast travel with enemies nearby. Where is the damn enemy? It's probably that dragon flying around that I can't see. Can't see the dragon for. Can't see the forest dragon for the trees. Is that how the saying goes? Oh, and I forgot to level up Ophelia here too. Oh, it's my end of the window, my end of my streaming window anyway, which is good because I'm getting hungry. I should rest and meditate on what you learned. Let's see. Strength, endurance, speed. We'll go with speed. Oh. Apologize for my not so angelic voice there. Okay, well, I think this is a good place to end the stream. So thank you everybody for joining. It was a blast as always. So yeah, if you liked what you saw and you're not familiar with the community here, go check out Magus80 and The Wind on Twitch. I think for now they're both kind of working on their Skyrim modding loadouts, and they are playing Starfield in the meantime, which is a good substitute, good enough for now. I'm enjoying Starfield much myself as I kind of get burnt out on some Skyrim here. I need some other stuff. So I might switch to Starfield as well at some point next week, or Diablo 4 or Cyberpunk. Probably not Skyrim next week. I think that I'll have this guide to a point where I can start working on the build guide for him. And then I have to, work on my mod list a little bit to add some things that I want to do for the next series. And in the meantime, I'll be playing some other games. Haven't decided which yet. But yeah, The Wind and Magus, go leave them a follow. The links are in the description below if you're not already following them. 57 Strudel also has some long-running fanfic stuff based in Skyrim. A lot of not only fan fiction but fantasy fiction. If you're into fantasy reading, you're not going to do much better than what she's offering out there. She tells her own story in the Skyrim world. It's not like she's just retelling vanilla adventures here. She's adding a lot of character through her own character, and then adding a lot to other NPCs as well. It's very interesting, very entertaining, and very well written. Who else? Malderoth has a Twitch channel. He's been playing some Skyrim. Thinking about playing some, what was it, Banishers as well. I want to look into that. I'll put that on my wish list as well. Should play The Witcher 3. I have about 100 hours in The Witcher 3, and I can't do it anymore. I thought I was getting to the end of that game like 3 or 4 times, and then it just kept going. I was like, oh my god. I do like the game, but there's a lot of it. There's probably too much of it. They built an amazing world and an amazing character, an amazing cast of characters. The game looks great, especially the re-release after they fixed it for updated hardware and stuff. But yeah, the same, Magus. I tried. I liked it. I really did like it. There was just way too much of it. Talk about getting burnt out. I got burnt out on it. An hour and 15 minutes and you were done. I don't know. The combat system is clunky. Even for like a newer game, and CDPR really nailed the combat in Cyberpunk 2077. So it's kind of disappointing if you're going from Cyberpunk to Witcher 3. Just kind of like how unfun the combat can be. But the storytelling is great. The music is nice. Yeah, sure. The hot naked chicks is also a pretty good plus in that game too. If you like naked chicks, Witcher 3 is your game. Love the first two. Can't seem to get into the third. Well, the first two I liked too, but those were like 40-hour adventures, right? 120 hours into Witcher 3, and I'm like, wow, I feel like I've had enough. Maybe I'll just look at the story on YouTube. But yeah, it's a great game. I wouldn't discourage anybody from playing it. I did have fun with it, and I'm looking forward to the sequels. Oh, way too small. 40 hours is like 3 streams. Well, yeah, for you. Let's see. I think, yeah, Maldaroth. I got him in there. I think that was about it, huh? The Game of Thrones of video games. Yeah, Game of Thrones kind of jumped the shark though a little bit. Once they ran out of content from George R.R. Martin, they kind of went off the rails a little bit, and they became an action show, which was still good for an action show, but it definitely wasn't the Game of Thrones that everybody fell in love with. Yeah, lots of things that you want to love, but just ended up not being able to. Okay, that's it for me, guys. I will see you next week with a to be determined game. Probably not Skyrim at this point. I need a break. So we're thinking either Starfield, Cyberpunk, or Diablo 4. And I hope to see y'all there, even though it won't be Skyrim. It's still fun to hang out. Magus votes Starfield, and I've been really loving Starfield lately too. So haven't burnt out on that game yet. Yeah, I think that's it for me. Thanks, guys. I will see you next time. Take care. Be well. And yeah. Bye.